Hey there, Drew with Grimstalker Forge, and since I'm in the last blade standing competition, part of the competition requirements is the blade have Canister Damascus somewhere in it. It can be like a sand mai, the whole blade can be done part of it. I don't know what I'm going to do yet because I've never made a canister. I don't have a power hammer, I don't have a press. So I'm going to do a little experimenting. Well, I've got a can here. It's 1.5 inches wide. Originally it was 12 inches long. Cut off a 4-inch section. Okay. Took some scrap metal and I've made little caps. I'm going to weld one in right there. And then one of my followers and fellow bladesmith mentioned that if I use this 1080 with powder steel and nickel in it, and I use the ball bearings, which are 52-100, they probably won't show up too good. I hadn't thought about that. So I'm going to use the 1080 with nickel, and I've got some scrap 1095 and 1075 that I'm just going to cut up. I'm going to polish, get rid of, clean it all up, cut it up into small little pieces and throw it in the can. All right. As I get to that next stage, I'll make another video and keep you guys posted. Talk to you soon. Okay. I got one cap welded on. I am definitely not a very talented welder. Hopefully it will hold. And I got this little piece of mild steel. Hopefully it'll stay when I'm starting to heat it up and beat it down. It's empty now. There's no, I looked at it, hold it up to the light, and didn't have any holes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some everyday regular whiteout and I'm going to coat the inside. Now in theory, everything I've ever read about this says that this, when it dries, will help the powdered steel and the other steel I'll throw inside not forge weld to the can. That's the plan. So I've never done this. So we are going to, whoa, that didn't, of course this is pretty old. Maybe I should shake it up because it was more like just a white liquid. Of course, this is Dollar Tree whiteout, and it might be a couple of years old, but I still think it's going to work. Hopefully, we'll see. Okay, yeah, that poured in better. So let me see if you can see. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but if you don't, if you've never checked the Jay Nielsen video about this, please do so because that's where I've learned it. Plus, watching Just Forge and Fire. Now, obviously, if I was in a time competition, unless it was part of the requirements, I don't think I would be doing this. But this will help me see the pattern better. So I'm just coating it now while I'm still cleaning all my little pieces. I've cut them all up. I'm sanding them down a little bit more and throwing them in acetone. And when all this is all dry, we'll put it together. All right. All right, it's been about an hour since I put the whiteout in. As you can see, the whiteout has lined it all up, and it is dry as far as I can tell. I've touched every part, nothing comes out, so it's dry. Now, this is the one thing I've never seen, and I've never really thought about it, is the cap that I'm gonna put on the other side. I went ahead and put whiteout on that side, so it's dry also. So when I put this in and weld it, that should be covered too. Now, what I've done here is I have cut up steel. That's 1095 and some 1075 pieces I just cut up. I sanded them and then I soaked them in acetone. And just because I'm stubborn, I want to see what's going to happen. I threw in 100 of the ball bearings. These are 7/32 in size. 52-100. That also gives me something else in there. So we're going to see how that is. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill the canister. Let me see if I can get this on camera here. All right. Again, I've never done this before. This is all just what I've seen on videos and watched. There's my powdered steel, as you can see. Okay. I see a lot of people, it just goes all over the place. I'm sorry, it's expensive. I'm not going to waste anything I can. Start with a little powder steel at the bottom. And of course, I have a hammer to move it all down. I'll put a little bit more in there at the bottom. Now, I bought this from Jantz, and It's about 30 bucks. Gonna throw some stuff in. Again, I have no idea how this is going to come out, but we're going to experiment. Everything I've seen is the tapping will help move all the powder between the pieces of metal and the ball bearings. Again, I still don't really know exactly what I'm doing, so we're just kind of playing it by ear. This will be a fun experiment. Ooh. We're almost halfway through it filled. Wow, this is filling up quicker than I thought it would. I might have more than I need inside here. I don't know. And again, I might not even have enough of this other material to make a good pattern. I don't know. So if you can see inside, I'm not completely to the top yet, but I'm getting there. And I keep tapping to try to move all that powder down lower, so I don't have any voids. At this point, I'm trying to use all the little bitty pieces I have of the 1095 and 15 and 20, so I can get as much of the contrast in there as I can. All right, looks like that's all I'm going to be able to fit in there and still leave room for the cap. The cap is going to be inserted. I'll probably have to tap that in because I made sure it was kind of tight. Well, it'll be easier when I use both hands. Once I get it in seated, I will weld it up and I'll show you it before I put it in the fire. Okay, it's got it welded. It's not great, but hope it's, look, no powder coming out, so hopefully that'll work. All right, here we go. First try on a Canister Damascus into the forge. All right, now we're gonna let it soak for about 5 minutes aside. I'll come back. Not really sure about that. Might have a gap there. We're going to try it again. We'll see what happens. I might have to pull it out and try to weld it again.
Keep recording.
thing. Running out of propane. Time to change the new tank. Be right back. And we're back with full propane. It happens. One more pass. See, the can's already peeling off in certain areas. It feels solid. So we're going to take it over here, put it in the vise, and try to take it off. All right, I got a seam right down the middle, but who knows? We'll see what it looks like. Got a few seams. I have no idea what I'm doing, but it looks like one piece. All right. Stay tuned. One cut. Okay, came out, it was a 1.5 by 4 inches. Billet as it came out is right at 4 inches, right at 1.25. That crack worries me. I think I'm gonna have to stack it, flatten it out, stack it, and forge weld it. We'll see. All right, everyone. We're going to call this a successful failure. The billet is there, but that crack runs all the way through. It's just barely held in the middle. Not sure why it happened. I'll have to do some more research. But I'm not going to throw this billet away. I am running out of time. It's almost 7 o'clock tonight. We haven't had dinner yet. So I'm going to let this cool tonight. Tomorrow, I will probably break it apart. If not tomorrow, next day, whatever. I'll flatten out the pieces, and then I'll forge weld them together. And since this is my first Canister Damascus, this will be my knife. I'll make this into some sort of EDC, something for me. My wife has my very first Damascus billet. Or correction, my Damascus blade. Ended up being 41 layers. Learned a lot since then. This canister is a successful failure. But like you said, you can see, it's all together except that one major crack. So I'll heat it and beat it and get it flat and then forge weld them together. And who knows, I might make a Canister Master saying my. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but we're going to let it cool and come back to it. I will film the second part. So this will be the end of part 1. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a long-time follower, especially if you're on TikTok, make sure you please check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to start spending more time building that up because I can put longer videos on YouTube. Yeah, I can put up to 3 minutes on TikTok. But, you know, this will probably be a 30-minute video when I stitch all these different videos together. So, hope you follow me on the journey. And be nice to each other. And I'll catch you later.